Ladies and gentlemen, the biggest night in crossover boxing history is upon us. It's the Prime card. We are so close to getting this glorious fight card. It's hard to be more excited for crossover boxing than this. And in this video, I'm going to be going over my personal predictions for this very special night. What I'm going to do is go through every fight that I'm aware of and give two things for you. Firstly, I'm going to say who I would like to win each fight. Then I'm going to say who I think will win each fight, because those can be different things. I don't know what order all the fights are going to be in, to be honest, but to kick things off then, we have SX versus DTG. This was a surprise. This kind of came out of nowhere, but it's a good surprise. Obviously, there's not going to be much to go on off these guys at all, and just because I know him from making music with KSI, the person I want to win is going to be SX. But who do I think will win? I don't have a clue. Like I said, we've not seen enough of these guys to know who's good and who's not, but just to back the person I want to win in this case, let's say I think SX is gonna win, and I think it's gonna be by a decision. Next fight we're gonna take a look at is Chase Damore versus Tempo Arts. This is for the Misfits heavyweight title. Not only is it exciting that these guys are gonna be fighting for the heavyweight title, we're starting to see other contenders for that heavyweight title emerge, which is gonna make that whole weight class even more interesting after the Prime card, especially after the Misfits 9 event with Arms doing so well. Who knows, maybe we'll see some sort of fight with Bradley Martin involved at some point. But for now, Chase Damore versus Tempo Arts. I would love Tempo Arts to win this. I just think he's such a nice guy. He seems to have put in a lot of effort into it, and I just feel like the victory would feel so good to him. No disrespect to Chase Damore, I don't mind him either. I just think I would like the story of Tempo Arts winning that bit more. But who do I think will win? Honestly, neither of these guys have looked incredible before, but out of the footage I've seen especially, I honestly think Tempo Arts looks a bit more skilled and a bit more capable. Having said that, Chase Damore definitely has some physical characteristics that could even that out and potentially surpass that advantage. I'm going to put my faith in Tempo Arts, and I'm going to risk saying that he's going to win by TKO, by referee stoppage. Next! Whoa! Special announcement! This is important now, you need to listen to this. We will be streaming the Prime card live on October 14th. Come and watch the Prime card along with us here on the Streams Badly YouTube channel or over on the Streams Badly Kick channel. We will be going live from around 4 p.m. Follow us on X or Twitter at TweetsBadly to keep up with updates to do with that. We're going to be having drinks, we're going to be talking about the fights, we're going to be doing a bunch of fun stuff before any of the Prime card happens, just to get in the mood, get some drinks in, get excited, watching the fights, getting all hype. It's going to be the place to watch along with other people. So tune in, Streams Badly on YouTube and Kick around 4 p.m. UK time on October 14th. It's going to be the best way to watch all these fights. Woo! We're taking a look at the tag team event that's on this card. I'm so glad they managed to put a tag team event on here, because it really does showcase the essence of how different this sort of scene is, while still being really good quality. We have Nick Lamau and Alex Wasabi versus Luis Alcaraz Pineda! And B-Dave, he's cool too. Pineda and B-Dave are the tag team stars so far, and it's really fun to see them fighting together again. Nick Lamau and Alex Wasabi both have shown themselves to be very capable within this scene. For me, I think the funniest and best outcome from this fight would be Pineda and B-Dave, Los Pineda Coladas, getting the victory. Realistically, they should be the underdogs in this, and I just think that duo is so unlikely, but so fun. To see them come out on top somehow would be hilarious. I think Nick Lamau and Alex Wasabi will win this fight. You can't underestimate Pineda in this. He definitely is better than people believed after he fought KSI, which just shows how good KSI actually is. And B-Dave can 100% handle himself too. But we've already seen bits of Nick Lamau and B-Dave fighting against each other, and Nick was definitely better. Alex Wasabi is gonna be close to Nick, or maybe better, depending on how well he does. So it just kind of mostly comes down to, is Pineda better than both those guys, and how much better? I don't think he's much better, if at all. Nick and Alex will take a decision on that one. It's hotting up now. We're getting to some spicy fights. Astrid Wet versus Alexia Grace for another title. If you've seen me talk about Astrid Wet's boxing before, you'll know that I think she's massively overrated. I don't think she's very good at all. So the fact that she's a champion to start with, I think is pretty damn lucky. And to be honest, I don't really know much about Alexia Grace other than her and Astrid have been beefing for a long time. However, when it comes to the person I want to win this, it's still Astrid Wet. I would prefer Astrid to show some development, win this fight, and set up more interesting storylines to have the rematch with AJ Bunker. If she wins that, finally set up the mega female fight of Astrid versus Elle Brooke. Who do I think will win? Well, being as we've not seen much of Alexia Grace at all, I think Astrid will win it too. I just think we've seen more of Astrid, so that'll be the factor there. It's gonna be good though. It's gonna be good. We're gonna keep it going because there's so many fights on this card, and we're gonna get to all of them, trust me. Whindersson Nunes versus my mate Nate, aka the King Kenny Leftovers fight. Even though both these guys lost in the Kingpin tournament, they both showed that they're not nobodies. They can certainly perform, and I do think this is a great fight to make. They seem to be on pretty similar levels. So who do I want to win this fight? Well, as much as I like my mate Nate, a lot of the promotion he did on the Kingpin side was straight up saying, I don't care that much about boxing, I want to get more fans. I don't like that. I get it. Respect the hustle and all that, but I don't respect the hustle as much as I respect someone who's a warrior. So for that reason, as well as the fact that I know Misfit's going to Brazil at some point, I think I would prefer Whindersson Nunes to win this fight. But big up my mate Nate. He seems very nice. So who do I think will win this fight? The outcomes I can see happening is Nate winning on a decision through outboxing and staying faster and kind of in and out more. Or Whindersson wins on a decision through looking like he's been pushing forward more and landing the more powerful shots. The last scenario I could see is Whindersson somehow grabbing a TKO by rocking Nate and maybe just kind of following up and referee stopping it. So because a couple of those go in Whindersson's favour, I'm going to pick Whindersson Nunes to win, but I'm going to say it's by a decision. Swarms versus Ryan Taylor in the rematch, even though they kind of didn't really fight last time. This fight's obviously quite odd because the first time around, Swarms won through one punch. And as everyone probably thinks as well, that was kind of a bit of a freak accident. If Ryan Taylor's eye socket can hold up this time, we're likely to see a lot more of a competitive fight. When it comes to who I want to win this fight, it's pretty simple. I think Ryan Taylor's a dick. The way he acts towards people and a lot of the stuff he does is just fucking annoying. I just think he's massively disrespectful and often for no reason. So, because I don't like Ryan Taylor, and I like the fact that Swarms has been active and seems to have committed purposefully for this scene, to getting fit, to learning boxing better, I want Swarms to win quite firmly on this one. It would give Swarms a lot more legitimacy if he can beat Ryan Taylor without getting so lucky like last time. So who do I think will win then? Well, you have to bear in mind that Swarms has been a lot more active lately, and I guess he did win the last fight. He's come on a long way since he started, but you can't rule out what Ryan Taylor's done as well. It's easy to forget because it's not been super recent. His fight with Slim, although he lost, was a brutal one. He showed that he can hang in there with a lot of tough guys, and I've seen Swarms on the back foot. I've seen Swarms scared of Deji, basically, and that's not a good Swarms. I do think there's a lot of flaws in Swarms' game right now. So because I think Ryan Taylor's gonna be particularly aggressive, and I'm not sure that Swarms is good at dealing with that, Swarms is gonna end up on his bike, and I think Ryan Taylor is gonna win. I think either it'll be a TKO if Ryan Taylor can clip him well, or it'll end up being a decision mostly based off aggressiveness. Now we have the return of the King. King Kenny versus Anthony Taylor. This is such an interesting fight because King Kenny's come on a long way from some of the other fights he's lost. He's looked incredible lately. And Anthony Taylor's a big step up in competition. The person I want to win this fight is simple. King Kenny. He's the real influencer out of this, rather than Anthony Taylor, and that's the people I prefer to succeed in this scene, because that's kind of what it's all about. Plus, if Anthony Taylor wins, it kind of deadens storylines at this point, I think. It's definitely nothing against him. I love that he's willing to take on pretty much any fight, but I also don't really like how he fights in certain scenarios. He basically knows how not to get knocked out. So hopefully he doesn't do that against King Kenny. Who do I think is going to win this then? I think King Kenny's going to be willing to put it on Anthony Taylor, and I think he's going to be pretty slippery. I think it's going to be a bit hard for Anthony Taylor, with his stature, to land a lot on King Kenny. I think he will. I think there'll be a decent showing from both guys, but I think King Kenny's going to look slick. He's going to put powerful shots on Anthony Taylor. And although I think Anthony Taylor's going to know how not to get knocked out again, I think King Kenny's aggression and fitness and will to put it on Anthony Taylor is going to win him a decision. King Kenny by decision. Wow, there's a lot of fights on this card, and they're all so good. Dean the Great versus Waleed Sharks 2, baby. This one's been a long time coming, and I'm so excited for it. Come on. These guys have got some genuinely good boxing skill to showcase, and the last time they fought, it was such a clash of titans, even though they're small guys. Who do I want to win this fight? Personally, I prefer Waleed. I don't think he was robbed last time they fought necessarily, but I feel like he wasn't massively treated fairly. I think the fact that Waleed got 3 knockdowns, was it? 2, 3? I don't know. And then Dean knocked him down once, and then it was waved off. I don't know about that. I'm definitely not saying it was wrong, but the severity of each knockdown, obviously, you can look at. After knocking Dean down multiple times, I potentially think he should have been given a chance to get up and fight on. It's a bit of weird reasoning, but I don't know, I just like the guy. I like him more. I find Dean the Great a bit cringe. So who do I think will win? This is really tough. Both guys are obviously really good. I genuinely think, as we saw last time, it's a pretty 50-50 fight. The only thing is, as I said, Waleed's young and he's been active. He's been training. He might have more room for improvement in this time frame, but will it be enough this time? I don't know. It's so hard. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to back what I thought about the first fight and say Waleed Sharks wins by knockout. God, that's a risky pick. Salt Papi versus Slim. What a huge fight. We were bamboozled. You were bamboozled as well. You all thought Slim had left Misfits. We all did, okay? When it comes to who I want to win it, the storylines that come from either winner, I think both storylines of each outcome would be about as good. So it comes down to personality more, and I just think I prefer Salt Papi. He seems like a really nice dude, and Slim doesn't seem like a bad guy by any means, but I don't know, he grates on me a little. Like, how he acts kind of grates on me a little bit. That's just a personal thing for me. So I just personally slightly prefer Salt Papi, so I would prefer Salt Papi to win that fight. Plus the reactions that we did to his previous knockouts are the most viewed videos on this channel. So thanks, Salt Papi. Who do I think will win? I think Slim will win. That Salt Papi's not going to be able to just straight up knock out Slim straight away. Slim's shown some tough durability, and he's shown that he can move. I think that that's a bit of kryptonite for Salt Papi, and it's going to mean that Slim can put it on him a bit more. I think Slim's going to be able to box Salt Papi at range a bit more and win a decision. We're going to see a lot of Slim getting a kind of nice shot through on Salt Papi, and Salt Papi doing his signature signature move of going, nah, it's nothing, but you're getting fucking hit, mate. So I think that's what's going to happen. Here's the mega stars now. It's time to look at Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. This is super heated. If you're seeing this video, you will have seen all the back and forth going between these guys. And it seems like they're both assholes. But to me, there's something about the way Dylan Dennis acts that just pisses me off. Logan Paul is not even close to a saint, by the way, but the type of evil I like less is Dylan Dennis. So, in this fight, I hope Logan Paul fucking flattens Dylan Dennis. I'm hoping for the same sort of KO as when Jake Paul KO'd Tyron Woodley. And no messing about with it, that's what I think will happen. I think Logan Paul is going to win by knockout. Because Dylan's footage so far that we've seen of him sparring and that, it looks awful. Logan doesn't look massively improved. We've just not seen a lot of Logan in a while. And what we have seen of Dylan looks shocking. There's one more left. KSI versus Tommy Fury. The guy who's conquered all sorts of media versus the guy who holds his dad's hand everywhere. Seriously, does Tommy do anything without his dad? I genuinely don't have that much reason to dislike Tommy Fury. I'm a big KSI fan. He's like our guy. He's like the beacon of this whole scene. And that is pretty much it for me. That's why I want KSI to win. It would just be so hype if we saw KSI knock out Tommy Fury. Can you imagine how ridiculous that would be? That's the reason I want that to happen. But the big question is, who do I really think will win the fight? As I'm sure you'll know, and as most people have been saying, there's one person that should win this fight, and that's Tommy Fury. Not only is he the proper boxer, we've already seen him beat one of the top guys of this scene, Jake Paul. So that's both going in his way. However, he did win a split decision against Jake Paul, so he wasn't ultra dominant. If anything, the way KSI fights is a better matchup against Tommy Fury. So it really does put it into question. I'm still gonna have to go with Tommy Fury. It just makes the most sense. I almost picked KSI. I genuinely did. I've been seeing a lot of positive stuff that he could utilize to win this fight. Most outcomes lead to Tommy Fury winning, I think. I think KSI is tough enough to make it to the end at least. So I'm gonna say a decision for Tommy Fury. And that is the entire Prime card predicted. Thank you so much for watching this video. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss when we go live for events like this. There's a bunch of links in the description to anything that you might be interested in. I'm so excited, it's gonna be so good.